Yes, ready?
Okay,
What do you think the three most important issues are facing District 1?
Okay, so I think the three most important issues facing District 1 is we need to encourage civic engagement and voter outreach. I think the more people that are involved in their neighborhoods and their communities, the healthier we're off as a city. Second of all, we need to grow our commercial tax base so that we can lower taxes for property owners. It's really hurting people. I hear time and time again when I'm knocking on doors that people are really suffering from the property owners. So we need to grow our commercial tax base, which means that we need to grow our economy. We need to look at partnerships, public-private partnerships, as well as our incentive and abatement programs to really help grow this economy. And we need to think bigger about what's possible in terms of a regional vision and approach.
Okay. Next question. What is it that distinguishes you most from the other field? You're running in a big field it's the size of a small kindergarten class. What distinguishes you most from your opponents?
Okay, first and foremost, I have no intentions of being a career politician. I've never been a bureaucrat, and probably the last thing you can call me is cookie cutter. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I'm an instructor. I'm a small business owner. And in my experience running a photo and production company, I learned how to do a couple things. I learned how to be a creative problem solver. I learned how to be an innovative thinker, and I learned how to be results driven. And I think the kind of leadership that we need in the City Council is somebody that can think outside the box to provide unique solutions for the unique city that El Paso is, and also bring results for District 1. I look at the 2012 Quality of Life bonds, and I don't think that there's anybody else that has the same sort of background that I do. We have to keep the project on budget, and we have to keep the projects on time. But these are aspirational projects, so we should be looking at how these projects are designed and how these projects fit within the communities and the neighborhoods that we're developing in. There would be nothing worse than getting a project done on time with an entrance that's on the wrong side of the street.
Okay. One of the things that some of your opponents have mentioned is spending and taxes. What is your view on spending, and what actions would you take to control spending at city government?
Okay, so I think that before we talk about spending and taxes, let's look at how we can be more efficient with how we spend our taxpayer dollars, and let's think about more creative in how we approach the projects that we're doing. I'm of a sort of, again, a results-driven, business-oriented, creative problem-solving background. So I look at what are the things that we can do, these practical yet dynamic partnerships that we can, to take off some of that tax burden. And what are the kind of incentives and abatement programs that other cities of our size have used to attract industry there? Ultimately, if we have more commercial properties paying taxes, period, that's less taxes that are being paid by property owners.
My final question, if you were talking to an undecided voter in District 1,
Yes.
which I assume you're probably doing a lot of these days, what would you tell them?
So I would tell them first and foremost that I think there's a great energy and momentum here in El Paso right now, but we need to have the right kind of leadership that can offer a fresh perspective so we can be more efficient with how we spend our taxpayer dollars and more creative in how we go by applying them. But we also need somebody that can think bigger about what's possible, both culturally and economically, and we need to grow this economy.
All right, thanks.